comes to Eltharion. It is my duty, our duty, to endure. Stand with me. For as long as I still live. For Yvresse will never fall.
Hello and welcome on in everyone to a brand new Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires campaign. We are going to be picking up Eltharion the Grim this time. So a first for the channel and for myself, as I have actually never even started up a single High Elven campaign. It's heresy to some of you, I know, but we will be starting off with High Elven Batman here and Eltharion the Grim, who is by far my favorite of our choices. I think Imric might have a little bit of a stronger late game. Same thing with the likes of Lithanar and Tyrion. I love how the Grim looks and the style of his campaign more than the others. That's what we're playing. We'll be moored in the Black Gulf off the coast of the Jeopardous Badlands. Eltharion prepares to strike directly at the heart of the Orc and Goblin menace. Indeed. After his Grom's invasion killed his father and it left Yvresse basically broken for the rest of the in-game lore, we're going to be doing our best to rebuild Yvresse. So for his starting army, we are going to have the Athel Tamara Faith Bearers, which are a Mistwalker sword infantry, unique to Eltharion's faction. Got some pretty good armor, pretty decent melee stats, but they're nothing really too crazy. They do have Frenzy, which is kind of their best ability. So their melee attack is buffed up by an additional 10, as well as a little bit higher stats across the board. We'll have the Silverin Guard, which are your best and brightest in terms of your spear infantry. We'll have our normal spearmen, very high melee defense for your tier 1, and these are going to be, again, bread and butter for the early game. We'll have some archers, which have very high range and will be the majority of our damage, and then some equal bolt throwers, which have the multi-shot ammo and then the single. Basically, you can switch between a single shot that's good at anti-large and then a multi-shot that has bonus V infantry and blends apart most blobs quite nicely. For Eltharion's faction effects, we have access to the Dungeon of Athel Tamara. We can spread the Mists of Yvresse, cloaking Eltharion and his allies' lands in a defensive shroud. We'll have less diplomatic relations overall with Greenskins, and more recruit rank for spear, infantry, and rangers. His lord effect specifically is going to be immune to barren wasteland attrition, so we're going to want to keep him bobbing around in the wastelands and destroying things, while our more fair elven lords stay home and defend the homeland. He's going to have more leadership for his spear, infantry, and rangers, and have more melee defense for the spear, infantry, and rangers, and then we'll be causing fear when fighting against the Greenskins for his entire army. Very good stuff. He actually has a split start where we start in Yvresse and over here in the Badlands, and you have kind of a very early on a dilemma that lets you choose between staying here and securing the Badlands or going home and just protecting Yvresse itself. We are going to be basically keeping the split start because it's my favorite. We are going to have his lore next, being Eltharion the Grim is truly one of the greatest of all of Ulthuan's generals. His past exploits of driving attackers from the shore of Ulthuan, including the first legendary Wa of Grom himself, saw him elected as the Warden of Tor Yvresse, and in previous years he has taken his blade overseas to the Old World in an attempt to scour his arch-enemies, the Greenskins, from the land. Oof, ran out of breath. Though he had managed to slaughter countless war bosses and topple many orc fortresses that theretofore had survived earthquakes, Bretonnian crusades, and dwarf sieges, he eventually learned that the intentions of the belligerent Greenskins could never be abated. Returning to Tor Yvresse, Eltharion decided with grim determination that he would use his tenure to train the city's armies and fortify its defenses as never before. When the city comes under threat, the Warden of Tor Yvresse uses any and all means to protect his realm. Though his methods may be questionable to his peers, the dour ruler is dearly loved by his people and feared by his enemies, taking to the skies upon his griffin Stormwing in times of war to cut through foes like a wind of blades. Indeed. For our settings for this campaign, we're going to be playing on Legendary very hard. I think it would be a good of challenge to have the Ultimate Crisis mode on, but I'm going to remove the Wild Hunt because I don't want to be fighting friendly elves. The Grudge Too Far is going to be a nightmare, but we're going to still do what we can to hold the line. Sounds good. We can enable diplomacy. Now that makes it way too easy because you can just peace out with them and not worry about it. We'll be keeping the AI stats modifier on neutral because I like all of the units to retain all of their identity as they're supposed to. That will be our settings. This campaign is going to be going up every other day alongside Krotgar once those mods are finally updated for us. And the episodes are going to be formatted in around 45 to an hour videos each. Let's get started.
I will not rest till all who threaten Yvresse are buried.
Alright, starting off nice and grim. Look at this swan boat. This is not very threatening. Cavill. Oh, is that Henry? I do remember they put Henry Cavill in the game, so it's Eltharion that gets Henry Cavill. We gotta give him his full name then, right? Bring Henry in. Wait. Alright, so how they play. We will be recruiting highly trained Mistwalker units from Yvresse's military buildings to aid us in our military efforts. You'll be gathering Warden supplies throughout the campaign to restore Eltharion, where you can boost your Mistwalker ranks and gain other bonuses. You will collect Ladriel's blessings as I expand Eltharion and Tor of Rest to restore the Mists of Yvresse, benefiting Ulthuan's armies fighting on home soil. Capture enemy lords and heroes in battle using the Warden's Cage ability to imprison them in Eltharion, where we can waterboard them to gain further supplies and boons. We'll earn influence throughout our campaign by like normal high elves, which allows you to influence political events and recruit lords and heroes. So this is one of those where I think you get stronger heroes and lords with better traits. The higher the influence they cost to recruit, we'll see very soon. Manipulate other factions' diplomatic relationships by exerting your influence over them in court to steer world affairs. Oh, cool. You can just change diplomatic relations at a whim. Establish outposts in allies' lands to garner further influence through espionage. They have the thing where if we are... Oh, is it? It's just outposts now, it's not trade. Interesting. You'd think the outpost would kind of give you information over your allies' lands either way, but that's fine. So actually, the Cathay with you on bow is even stronger because he gets it just through trade. So we'll have Henry Cavill here. I think he even has a special trait. Yeah, so he's the White Wolf. There it is. Winds Howling. He's got bonus versus large plus 15, and then a potion of toughness. Well, that's fantastic. And a gigantic greatsword. Oh, he's got a really bad trait, though. Fortuitous. He's real lucky. Real good at dodging. Looks awesome, though. And as this is kind of my first time playing through the High Elves, I will welcome any and all tips that you might have yourselves after playing you through many, many campaigns. Usually the elves, for me, are just punching bags when I get to Ulthuan. So we'll see if we can perform a little bit better. We see what's going on in Eltharion. Oh, how awesome. Look at this. Oh, Eltharion is awesome. So we can go for the Ruined Mistwalker Command, because we do start with 5 Warden supplies, so we can do 1 upgrade. This will give us... What does this give us? Oh, we can see down here at level 1. Unlock the Mistwalker's building chain, allowing the recruitment of Mistwalker units in the local region, and 5 Ladriel's blessings, which I think most of these are going to give us. More capacity for certain units. Same thing there. The Halls of Eldrazor give us more battle stats for those Mistwalkers. Shrine to Loa gives us influence. This might be the one we go for. It's going to activate the Mists of Yvresse, so friendly characters within the Mists of Yvresse gain increased ambush success chance and increased agent action success chance. That's going to activate the Mists of Yvresse. And then lastly, we've got the ability to interrogate prisoners, which I think this allows you to steal one of their army abilities for a few turns. I did a little bit of testing on my own, and the interrogation chamber was what I purchased very early on. I think what we're going to go for is the Shrine to Loex. We can actually start grabbing influence per turn. Seems like that's a pretty good thing to get going.
Tamara shall shine once more.
Tamara shall shine once more. And how do we get a secondary chamber here? Is that an option? Maybe that is the interrogation chamber. Interesting. Alright, well, we can go immediately after this Remnants of Battle, but since if this is the wrong one, we would get dropkicked through the wall. Let's just go after Grand Timingo. And do some damage.
Take their heads.
Take their heads. Trying to get some vengeance on these orcs. Alright, so the top knots have Savage Orcs. Savage Orcs are always scary. And sadly enough, they don't have a general here, so I don't even think we get to use our cage to steal him. Because the captain I don't think is going to count. We will still try all the same, though. Sweet. Let's encircle. Before we do activate that battle, let's just go check and see what's going on over in Yvresse proper. Swing on back home, where we have, oh, most of the lands are claimed by the Skull Crag. Buckets. Got Gouger the Face Smasher.
High Elven Archmage.
Spire Guard of Tor of Rest. 180 range, 20 strength. Pretty decent piercing, too. What are these guys? Oh, 45 ammunition. They just have a ton of ammo laying around. And pretty good weapon strength, too. So they are like spearmen with bows. Great. Well, we'll get to this battle then, too.
In purest
Gouger Face Smasher. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult, looks like.
Master of Magic.
Cool. Here at Yvresse proper, we have the grazing pastures. Livestock pens go all the way up to the cattle ranch. Cool stuff. And we only have a few mods on right now, the first of which being the dynamic world. So as we capture territory, it's going to pop in, so it's going to replace what assets are there. So if you're in like Skaven land or Greenskin land, and it'll replace those assets with these little elven, looks like these little elven pins and manors and whatnot, which will look great. Just adds a little bit of flavor to our campaign. The other one I've got active is the, of course, Better Camera mod, but we'll have a few more, and they'll be added to a list in the description. So with all that dirtling, let's go on back down to Eltharion and have us a battle.
Fang sword bites deep.
Fang sword bites deep. Alright. Glorious. Let's do it. Alright. So let's go ahead and start deployment. Let's see if we can't lure them through this kind of choke point here. Could drag them along the rock face as well, which might be even better. Yeah, let's do that. Archers will take the hill. Still will have to kind of rotate them a little bit, otherwise they're not going to get good shots, so kind of like so.
For duty!
For duty! We'll pull them back, that way we can have our spears deployed too. Archers back. Let's do Silver and Guard, taking the kind of the most important roles.
It will be
So I think we will need to have them actually advance a bit. Let's do spears on the side. And then we'll have the Faith Bearers ready to kind of get a nice flanking charge wherever they can. I want the Silver and Guard to be taking the brunt of the initial fight, though. Then we'll have Cabal and Eltharion up front. We've got Shim's Burning Gaze with you, and Eltharion has Soul Quench, which should be amazing here against the Savage Orcs, and Apotheosis. It's a very good spread of spells. Eagle Claws back. They can lace everyone in Doom, switch it to the multi-shot round, and let's take a quick look at some of our units here. Fanciest bean poles. This side of Ulthuan. Eltharion, ooh, that's, you better be careful. That is a, you're gonna cut your neck on accident. You gotta relax. Eltharion looks great though. Then we've got Henry Cavill. Looking a little bit older here now that he's on the battlefield, but that is a gigantic blade. He is the Co-Master Supreme. Our Silver and Guard with the more heavy elven armor. Which I think looks way better than the normal lads with just the robes. Which we'll see over here. They do have a little bit of armor, but it's mostly just robes and like a slightly plate cuirass. I would rather be a Silver and Guard 100%. These spears with like another little sword tip are probably very effective. We've got our archers, which, and they are not my favorite. This is where we'll try not to make this the High Elf Smack Talk campaign, but the archers aren't my favorite looking. We do have, however, the Eagle Claws, which are going to be pretty much our only artillery. And a pretty good one at that. If we can get them some magic damage fairly early on with one of the Lichbone pendants, they will be so very good. We've got our Athel Tamara Faith Bearers, which are going with the whole heart and feather look. Alright, didn't realize we were going to get that aggressive this quick. Let's get these lower races. That'll begin. Alright lads, advance. You go ahead and start blasting apart the infantry. Eltharion, if we can get a Soul Quench towards the Savage Orcs there, that'd be just Glorious. Those trees might block a little bit of it. Ooh, good shot.
Onward!
I'm actually going to have Cavill go chase down these arrow boys. We'll have you guys switch positions.
Swiftly! Moving out!
Did send some of the archers around.
At once!
That means we want to rotate our own boys just a bit.
Without fail. Acknowledge.
Well, Faith Bearers, you stay here.
Forward!
Cavill, you go ahead and charge these clowns down.
Eltharion!
We'll have to let their shields absorb a little bit of that damage.
Without
Eagle
fail.
Claws switch sides.
Understood.
You want to deal with enemy archers if you can there.
For duty.
Spears come on up. I'm actually going to bring the Athmara Faith Bearers around.
March toward
Pull back just a bit there, Eltharion. Drop a Soul Quench on these clowns.
by my father's blade!
Come on, Eagle Claw. That's what we need.
It will be
These
done.
poor guys are taking a lot of damage.
Archers. Understood.
Alright, here come the orcs.
Be done.
Crush them.
Acknowledged.
We let them charge, and then we will go ahead and turn around and hit them back.
Defend in order.
Oh, some of the fighting here. Get him, Silver in. Ooh, the double swing. No one's expecting the spear stab. While being sliced in the side of the face at the same time. Not fun. Cavill annihilated those archers. Good job. So they're going to start shooting at our own as well, so let's go ahead and switch. Faith Bearers, hurry. These spearmen are struggling. Claw is activated. Cavill, come on. Back just a bit. Let's go ahead and drop the Apotheosis on these spearmen. Keep them healthy.
Empowered by vengeance!
Silver are holding very well. Chase them down. We'll give you the Potion of Toughness as well.
Without fail.
Get in there, Athmara. Well, that was the other thing that was changed. So previously there was a bit of spread on the Walker's Barrage ability that Eltharion has, and now there's not. He is a horrifyingly effective defender.
Obliterate them!
Ooh, that's bad. We need to make sure our guys are in guard mode next time.
Understood.
You stop firing for me.
Halt.
That's a victory.
Loyal.
Wait, let's see if we can't
Understood.
capture
Fight for Yvresse!
these poor fleeing orc captains. I'm gonna let them get a lot lower on health, and I'll see if we can. I don't even think we can target them. Oh, we can't. How sad. I will still run down as many of these clowns as we can, and I'll catch you all in a moment.
We advance.
Alright, decisive win. And for any who might be new here, or just may not know, I do edit out all of the load screens and interns, as well as if I'm running down surviving troops, I will usually cut that out as well, just so you guys have a little bit more of a fluid viewing experience, just so as you all are aware. We'll go ahead and take this victory. Only 57 fall. We will remember each and every one of you. It's mostly the spearmen, which is perfect. Silver and Guard held the line like champions. We can just raise the settlement. I guess if you're wanting to just go back to Yvresse, that would be the call. We are going to... We don't actually need the replenishment, so we're just going to go ahead and occupy, so I don't have to do any rebuilding here. New lands or old? You have encountered new lands, but you also have your home of old. Do we trust the council to take care of Yvresse while you are away, or should you maintain full authority? I trust them. We could either focus on the task at hand, get rid of the orcs at all costs, giving us Oh. I almost made a very big mistake where we gave up Yvresse entirely. I'm not focusing, we're doing both. So we could get 25,000 treasury and lose Yvresse, letting that become just kind of a AI faction. Or I believe Tyrion takes over, and then you get the Brave New World with 50 more growth for 5 turns, kind of help you rebuild. Or you can maintain control, which is what we're going to do, and we'll get home defense, giving us 5 extra control in all provinces. Eltharion keeps control of Yvresse while defending the land far and wide. Eltharion is a champion. Glorious. We'll definitely want to come out here and try to grab this as soon as we can for the free experience.
Prince Eltharion.
We just want to make sure we have plenty of archers to do so. So for you there, Eltharion, let's go ahead and snag first the Inspiring Presence to help get us a little bit of trickle of
I
experience.
will avenge.
And then training for the White Wolf. Glorious.
Fang
You guys, I'm
sword
going to have
ready.
you grab plenty of frontline, but with the orcs, you always have to have more than them. So let's go ahead and grab another unit of spears. More or equal. You have less, it's a good way to get overwhelmed and destroyed pretty quickly.
High Elven
Especially as the elves.
Archmage.
Livestock pens give us more growth. No reason not to, yeah.
Master of Magic.
Then Gouge your Face Smasher over here wants to get throat punched out of existence. I think we can help.
Annihilate them.
Annihilate them. So this is a much more scary battle here. So we've got the purple helmeted, kind of look like ants, don't they? Purple helmeted war boss there. 2 goblins, 2 orc boys, and 2 gobbo archers. Still a fight that I think we have well in hand. We've got a spellcaster that has the Wind Blast. She is a Azir. Interesting. Fair enough. All of the trees are going to allow them to advance on us pretty easily, so we'll have to try to pick probably a position here or down in the valley in these trees to kind of lure them in. We'll find out. Oh, yeah, the trees up here are going to be more use for the orcs than us. Let's start deployment. It may not be a bad call for us to kind of post up here in these trees. So we'll have
Without fail.
spearmen actually taking a back position to start. We'll have the archers up front because they have so much range. We'll let them lace the enemies with arrows, and then we'll send the archers, spearmen through.
Shall be done.
Catching the enemies is going to be pretty tough, though, because of how many of them they have comparatively to us. Tie the Eltharion Reavers up in the woods here because they can rush in and deal with the Gobbos quite quickly.
Master of Sorcery.
Same thing with the Wind Blast Mage. Alright, let's get this one going.
Without fail.
As well, you be the infantry.
Reaver of the Winds.
For duty.
Battle begin. I'm actually going to take her off of guard mode, and she can be with the Eltharion Reavers as a specialist team. Oh, Ulthuan.
Spellcaster
We'll lure them in with a spellcaster. She should be just faster than the likes of the orcs. They have around 33 speed. Got some new units in here for us to check out, though. We got our
The Asa have
High Elven Archmage. Or Archmage, depending. And then where is my
orders received.
Fire Guard? Oh, fancy. They've got the old Heart Spears. That gives them a +7 damage. Power of Love. So these goblins, are they staying back and not advancing, or what's going on here? Can't see their speed. How cheeky. Do we want to advance on them then? We don't necessarily need to worry so much about having maximum.
It will be done.
Swing you guys around.
We away.
Okay, there they are. So they are advancing. These guys are just back as a
Loyal.
bit of a distraction.
We will obey.
Like the archers are a little bit lumped up funny.
Asa advance.
Like this and like this. They'll have the spears.
It will be done.
Where are their archers? That is what we need to find out.
Orders.
Bring those Eltharion Reavers up.
Unlimited power.
Unlimited power, huh?
I cannot fail. It is my goal.
Cosplaying as the Emperor.
A prudent position.
I guess she doesn't quite have the old decrepit old man look going. Come on, goblins. I saw you a second ago. I'm sure you want to meet the Wind Blast. And Avatar Swoosh go.
Magic's
Sweet.
unleashed.
So they just sent these guys up as scouts. What a good idea. Go ahead and fall back. Let's send our own Reavers through the trees.
Quickly now.
The wraith that they are.
For duty.
Spearmen, go ahead and advance.
Advance. Onward. Asa, move.
Gosh, got caught. Even goblins are going to do a lot of damage to the likes of a
Destiny
High Elven Mage.
For duty.
These Reavers kind of back.
Asa
They are building up
Archmage.
wall points, which is a little bit spooky.
The most potent spells.
Wind Blast through here.
Behold my power.
Behold!
Archmage repositioning. I go for Ulthuan.
Let's have you fire. That war boss actually doesn't have that much armor. That's pretty great. You have got to run. No, she's fine. Stay here. Ooh, dodge. Juked him out of his shoes. And you guys deal with these archers next. Come on in. There's some archers in the woods that we're going to want to squash. You have got to run. Your unlimited power is not actually a thing. Right. Reavers, get in there and take down those archers. Quickly, quickly. Bad positioning on our part here is going to be deadly. Blast the wind here, get a lot of these orcs.
Witness true magic. For the king.
Pull back, fire on these guys. Should be able to deal with them. They're running away slightly, which shouldn't help them that much. These poor spearmen that were getting smacked.
Yes! We will obey! To the fray!
Reavers, come on, Reavers, come on through. Let's charge these goblins here. Hold the line, boys. That's them dealt with. Let's go ahead and do the old wind blast through these orcs.
Observe my radiance.
Observe my radiance. Oh, they're going to try to charge the vents. We can't shoot them as easily. Looks like it's going to work as well as you think. Run them down. Give them that extra defense. You go ahead and turn around and shoot this group. Annihilation charge. Turn back around. We will have to hunt Gouge or Face Smasher down. I think that should be a problem, though. Go ahead and run down these. We'll avoid the archers if we can. Trying to get them away from the spears. Just didn't work. Alright, that's those orcs dealt with. We can get Face Smasher is slaughtering our archers. There we go. Everyone else is running, so it should be very soon that we have dealt that leadership blow to everyone that's important. And that increased melee defense and attack.
Understood.
Oh, we got more goblins coming up. Nope. Oh, it didn't work. I thought that would scare them away. Oh, it did. Okay, cool. Just a little bit slow. Spooky. Well, this lord's gonna try to run. We have got to catch him. Everyone fire. And so we're gonna catch him with the Warden's Cage very soon. I'll leave this here so we can see it. Spears, stay back, because they'll still keep firing, even with our lord, but they won't with the spearmen.
The most potent spells.
Want to use Wind Blast, I just don't think it'll knock him over. We get lucky.
Magic's unleashed.
Alright, he might be able to escape. We have to activate the cage. Archers, get you out of guard mode. Shoot him.
Mage ready.
You got very limited time. Get him? Come on now. There we go. Enemy Lord wounded means we have captured him easily. We'll have the Reavers go around and catch the rest of these fleeing orcs, and I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright, close victory. Not even a little bit. We obliterated them. We will take the... Ooh, the ransom sounds good. Influence per turn, or we do some experience, which helped her become a better mage faster. Let's go for experience.
Lonely beings, entirely without value.
Exactly. Can we deal with Trilinia this turn? It is led by 4 Gobos, some Wolf Riders, and 2 Archers. Actually, we probably want to wait on that one.
High Elven Archmage.
We don't have enough front line to kind of keep all the Archers in one spot, so they're Goblins in one spot, so we'll fall back.
The Archmage marches. Shaper
Then we can hit Trilinia here next turn. We don't have a lot of time, because Slanesh is up here, and they will be annihilating Kothakyu pretty quickly. So we need to deal with the orcs and then turn around before it's too late. Same thing with Noctilus down here in the Galleon in the graveyard. We've got quite a few threats that appear. But if we deal with them, then we are really set. Let's get a couple more spears. Even though the Lyrian Reavers would be fantastic, we definitely need spearmen.
Behold, elven beauty.
Oh, elven beauty. And military advancements. So their tree, before we move along, they've got one that you have to pay for. We need an elven embassy, gives us more trade resources, and then through there we've got all the trade good advancements. And these require different buildings. Ah, how fun. Ooh, cultural advancements too, so these require the Elven Court and a Shrine of Assyrian. Movement. All sea regions are made visible to your faction. Sounds good to me. Becoming friends with the lizards. Pinnacles of civilization. Awesome.
Limitless talent.
And we do now have a lad trapped in our prison. We could go ahead and indoctrinate him. Or we would release them back to their own faction unharmed, giving us line of sight for his region. Influence, stealing at 5% of their faction's treasury. So this is kind of where the Slaanesh seduction, or at least the marks of Slaanesh came from. Oop, well, he's been executed now.
Awaits their masters.
Not what I meant to do. Executing them gives you, I think, 2 supplies, or no, 3 supplies, and then a chunk of experience over to Eltharion himself. Whoops. Well, he's gone now. Eltharion, did you get any level ups? You did. Glorious. Let's go for... Apotheos is upgraded, it gives it more range. I really just want to upgrade as Soul Quench. But extra melee defense for our spearmen is probably going to have to be the way to go. We'll upgrade these spells later on. Make sure we can hold the line against all of these Savage Orcs we're going to be fighting. Everyone's going to come after us here. There's going to be lots of defense, hold the line.
No glory.
We need to move on to Golbaraz then. Which means that's going to put us in direct confrontation with Scarbrand. Ooh, alright. We've got a rough start here with Eltharion. Let's get some trade agreements though. We start at strength rank 13, which is pretty aggressive. We can take trade with Trace, which is about to get wiped out by Seducer Slaanesh and the Scourge of Cain at the same time.
Behold the majesty of the Phoenix Court.
Just give me your money, you're going to get taken out of either way. We'll take your battle cats as well.
What would you have of me?
So Harrieth is the one that starts partially seduced by Nakari, so she is likely to... Don't like treaties with Trace, so there's a little bit of interplay here in Ulthuan where the different elven factions don't like each other very much.
Your request?
My request is that you act right.
Ulthuan's triumph was foreseen.
So we could just improve our relations with Nakari? No. No thanks. We'll wait until we've got eyes on Eltharion or Lothern. Cool. I think you can actually change other factions too, so if we were wanting to make factions angry at one another, like Broken Axe and the Seducers, we absolutely could. And it costs a little bit more, it looks like. Well, he already doesn't like Grom very much. It'd be funny. How funny it would be for us to send Grom and Nakari at one another. Oh, that's exactly... Oh, great. Well, now we've made them new friends. I'm gonna spend a little bit more to ruin that again. Well, misclicks being what they are. Let's end our first turn here. Alright, Bloody Hands and the Thief Snatchers. We've gained 9 influence through what? Where did that come from? I've confederated up. They just bopped the Thief Snatchers Lord on the head, so that means we're likely to be fighting with them very soon. So research the following items to advance the High Elves' finely tuned military machine to a higher level altogether. Drop our recruitment cost by 4%. That is kind of a
Yvresse's guardian.
Italy first upgrade there. Oh, I'd really like to come out here to this Remnants of Battle. I just don't know if it has one of the giant lobsters at it. We're doomed. And I don't want to be doomed. Not this early on. Yeah, I think Ekron is going to come after us quite soon. Let's move down towards Galbaraz, though. We need to try to take a capital settlement here. That way, even if we lose Granty Mingle, we still will have at least one that's very defendable. So let's do negative 41. We can't really recruit anyone else. How exciting.
True magic.
Melindari, let's go ahead and take down Trilinia. Since we are still in the early game, I want to fight a lot of these kind of early battles here, so no auto-resolve here today. Let's go ahead and have another throwdown with Skullcrag. Let's Total War. I enjoy the battles so much. See here in the early game where they're much more even. Because later on we're going to start snowballing pretty hard. The field. Right, so we are going to be battling on the sandy shores. Fair enough, we'll just take this angle over here. Other than this rock here will allow us to force them into one position. So let's go ahead and fall back. So we'll have our new elite spears. Give me a little bit of a heart attack. I thought I accidentally started the battle. I'll have our elite spears. Let's go Spire Guard on the flanks here, because they can defend against the Wolf Riders pretty easily.
Archers! Acknowledged! Archers!
Other archers here. We'll have the mage in the center, and then
Understood!
spearmen.
Orders received!
We'll have you guys kind of behind, because we do know that we're going to have to advance them through. There's no ifs, ands, or buts there.
As you say!
But we'll let the archers fire from them before we do. Like that. Eltharion Reaper's back. We want to draw these Wolf Riders over, and that shall be our beginning here.
Most potent spells.
Here's guard mode. Archer's guard mode, begin.
Spearman!
Pull back just a little bit so they are forced to go along the rocks here. Oh, okay, so I guess we attack them, so they're going to stay back. Alright, makes sense. Means we are going to come along this way then. Yoink. We'll have them walk and go into fast motion. And while we are here real quick, I will take the brief moment to show you all the graphic settings we're using. Blood for the Blood God, this is not what I want. We'll dial this back to 75. Had this changed for our Scarbrand campaign. And this back to like 90. Warhammer is supposed to be gratuitously violent, but maybe not maximized gratuitous violence. Alright, what say you, goblins? The elves march to war. We could honestly move over and just hit this group of archers pretty easily. So let's leave the Athel Tamara boys to do their thing.
Spearman! It will be done!
Foolish goblins. If you're gonna sit there, I will happily take the
Advance!
better position on the map.
Advance! Illyrian Reavers!
The plan will have her blast these guys with wind. Ooh, they're gonna advance. Good.
Yes!
Good.
By your command!
Pull up here instead.
Acknowledged!
Draw these archers a little bit further away. You go ahead and advance a bit too. You can even wind blast them to get them off their feet.
For duty!
For duty!
Illyrian Reavers!
Oh yeah, we baited these goblins over nicely.
True magic is mine.
They thought they could just get some easy damage on our cavalry.
Magic's unleashed.
Not this time, buds.
Spearmen!
So I can close that gap up just a little bit.
Without fail! Battle calls!
We'll let these goblins turn into pincushions. Gonna kill them, huh? We'll see. Ooh, there's a few more goblos that rule being taken out. And they are already running for the hills. We'll go ahead and wipe this group out.
As you say!
Have you all come off of Fire Wheel just for a moment. So my Reavers can get some free kills.
My journey continues.
Asurian guides us.
We'll let these guys kind of move up as well. That is a slaughter. Go ahead and fall back. We will wind blast these wolves here.
Witness
Wolf get wind blasted.
magic.
It shall be done!
Back on Fire Will immediately.
Forward!
Ears in.
Shall be done.
We'll also go ahead and have these Illyrian Reavers come in and just make sure they are going in nowhere.
Sir Archmage.
What's the plan? You got trapped. Destroy them.
Behold my power!
Illyrian Reavers!
That's the way. They're taking some damage back, so we'll go ahead and fall back.
Move! We will obey.
Duel with these archers here for me.
For duty. For order.
Orders received!
You guys come out and around. The Wolf Riders are definitely going to come back.
Eltharion guides us!
They got scared off immediately.
March!
We advance.
As you say.
What says you, cowards? Wind blast through these two groups of gobos.
Observe my radiance!
Help
Be done.
our lord for me.
Lacoy.
We advance!
Spearman. Understood.
Have those spears defend together. You go ahead and jump this clown. Go
The winds flow through me!
ahead and upgrade these guys' defense. Yep, our
I
Cav got a little bit too
summon
far away. Let's run down these Wolf Riders, should be no problem.
Acer Archmage!
Illyrian
They
Reavers!
did not do enough on the initial charge to come through.
Pace!
Yeah, Reaver's gonna get torn up.
Swiftly! Death to all!
And their boys will have these archers turn fire on that group of Wolf Riders.
Death to all!
And the spears go
For
through.
London.
Sign out!
Archers.
Alright, we can do Wind Blast.
Fire!
Nope, that group of gobos is already gone. Try not to hit too many of our own spears, but we have to whip a few guys.
Witness true magic!
There we go.
It will be
Get shot up by these gobbo archers, that's no fun.
understood.
Without question.
They have rusty arrows, but they do still stick you proper.
Shall be done. We away.
Have these spears fall back a bit.
Forward. Spearman.
And looks like we likely have them broken.
Acer Archmage!
Make sure these guys aren't taking too much damage. Sweet.
Illyrian Reavers!
Annihilate. Total War makes goblins look like they are much weaker than they are in lore. They look real small and piddly and weak, but they actually are stronger than kind of a normal average man. And they are much smarter, much sneakier. Well, maybe not smart, but much sneakier is the real adjective we're supposed to be using there. So they are a proper horror to fight, more than the goofy that they necessarily look here. Part of the reason that Grom's Wall was so terrifying, even the likes of your high elves, even though they also weren't necessarily ready to be invaded. What Grom did is he got almost like a ramshackle, floating, just a bunch of scrap together, and floated it across the sea to Ulthuan. Somehow, some of them made it. Enough of them made it that they could basically start a war anew once they landed.
Loyal.
And it was a nightmare for the unprepared Acer estates and things. They just weren't ready for it.
Understood.
Alright, we're back on map, and we have a Radiant Gem Foeth. Gives us 4 bound uses of Apotheosis. Not bad. Not bad at all. Well, I guess it's not full Apotheosis because it doesn't give you fear, but nice heal all the same. We will go ahead and looting and occupying is very tempting, but we are just going to go ahead
A
and
bulwark in
claim back
Ulthuan's
Trilinia.
war.
Northern Yvresse is now back in proper hands, and we can go ahead and find some good commandment issue here. Oh, none of them help with control, so I think rebuilding Lost Splendor is just going to be the way then. Alright, Yvresse is under our
High
control.
Elven Archmage.
That means now we shall give you... We're going to do the same thing here. We'll go Militia Master to make sure our elves can hold the line for as long as possible first. Although snagging your in and Thunderbolts would be very useful. Any of our magic against the oncoming Demon Onslaught. Cool. You don't necessarily need more
Limitless
troops at the
talent.
moment, but it looks like Gormog is recruiting himself, so we need to kind of fall back to Yvresse. He'll likely just sit over here and raid, though, so...
I bring
That is gonna be what it is.
fire.
Alright, so back over to Eltharion.
Prince Eltharion.
We can afford at least one more unit of archers, so we will do so. Then here next turn we'll hit Galbaraz. Hopefully have enough to take the city. I have faith. If we get declared on by Bloody Hand, though, that's going to change our strategy quite a bit.
Scholar Supreme.
Scholar Supreme. More speed, which will be followed by more speed for eagles. Cartridge ammunition for bolt throwers, so archery prowess is likely what we're going to get here. The spear ball just gives them more strength. Melee defense for the Lothern Sea Guard. Armor for the Reavers, yeah, archery prowess it is. Reload time reduction at plus 15% for archers and Lothern Sea Guard. Great stuff. Alright, well, we shall... One more turn we get... Well, Livestock Pins doesn't even give you any gold. Yoy. Invocation of Ending. Now, what is this? Strong versus a single unit, large explosion. Huh. Doesn't look like it does that much damage, though. Weird. Swing back over to Eltharion. We will check to see if there's any kind of trade deals we can make.
Do not greet me as a friend, nor are we foes.
Well,
yet.
good to hear. I don't know why you're being sassy. I'll pay you a little bit for trade. You're gonna get wiped out by Scrag pretty soon, but I will take the trade tariffs for the moment. This will also hopefully put us on positive terms with Clan Engrand. As they don't have to take us out for one of their legendary grudges, we might be the Elgi they let live.
Prince Eltharion.
Grabbing another unit of spearmen is dangerous, but I'm gonna go for it. We can't afford it, can we? That's big rough. Ooh, looks like Mash and Lugan have come on in to face down Eltharion as one. And what's concerning about this group is they do have several Savage Orc War Boys. They're going to be a problem. Alright, we shall throw hands. Let's do it. If we get them caught up in this choke point here, it should be much easier to rend them apart. We'll have to find out, though. To the field. Alright, since they attacked us, I guess we don't get to see how they deployed. Sadly. Well, that means we probably want... for whatever reason, we just can't see what's right here, so they're likely right here. If they clump up together, we're going to have a bad time. We can kind of hold this position. So this is a little bit of a strange one, but let's go Silverin Guard to... deal with the normal Savage Orcs. Since they have expert charge defense, they're much better than our normal spearmen at doing that. Normal spearmen are fantastic at dealing with the likes of the oncoming Boar Boys. We'll put them a little bit further back. Archers, you kind of blast across the gully there.
Archers.
I'll have you guys up front. A little bit of a layered fire. Eltharion and the Lore Master working together. You have bonus versus large, right? So you'd be perfect at hunting down the unfortunate Boar Boys. And we'll set the artillery crew here.
Understood.
I'm going to replace these spears and the Faith Bearers.
Loyal.
We will obey.
There we go. We'll probably still want multi-shot rounds, because I think our spears can handle the Savage Orc Boar Boys no problem. I guess we'll find out together. Everyone in guard mode. Same thing with the Even Claw. Let it begin. We'll want to advance pretty quickly here on this side here. You turn and blast into these Boar Boys.
Understood.
Warden of Alpha.
So what we can do here is we can have these archers post up here. Silverin Guard can stop anyone from coming around this position.
As you say. Loyal. As you say.
Faith Bearers and the Spears can defend
Moving out.
our our ballista teams.
Defending order.
As you say.
Kind of like so.
Loyal. Acknowledged.
How long do we have? Minute 14. Let's go ahead and blast some Soul Quench. That's goblins. Blast the Soul Quench towards the Savage Orcs.
Speak quickly.
For duty.
And their reluctance to engage us is a problem. I figured the burst shot would do more against the War Boys, even though they are not. But they are a large target. Let's see if we can get this single shot to do good damage.
Eltharion!
No, I think that's a waste.
We will obey.
Let's blend up these Savage Orcs over here. We've got a lot more coming in from this side.
Eltharion!
Soul Quench looks like it missed, which is lovely.
I am called upon. Warden repositioning.
Oh yeah, I blasted the hill right here.
Warden marches.
Bad luck. Quite a few of them, that's good. Alright, Eltharion, let's go for another Soul Quench.
The might of
You can actually land this one.
Yvresse.
There we go. Start getting drained away. Take 9 casualties right off the bat, and then a lot of their health goes away too.
Without fail.
I don't have good shots. See if you can hit these goblins then. Not dealing with the goblins is going to be great. Eltharion, you and Cav come on back now.
Assyrian willing.
You guys got this. One good shot on those goblins going to blend them up.
Spearman. Avenge the fallen. Assyrian sends me. At once.
We'll just watch the Savage Orc War Boys.
Archers. We will obey.
Same thing with these archers, we can just rotate them to go after these Savage Orc Error Boys anytime. Launch the Soul Quench here, that should land.
Vengeance.
They're on the high ground too, so it absolutely should land. Even if it misses them, it's definitely hitting the normal lads. Perfect. What got both of them? Even better. As those goblins are gone,
Acknowledged.
he's good and softened up.
We advance.
Just march a little bit, because they will start grouping their guys extremely. Let's do...
Acknowledged. Without fail.
keep shooting in here.
Acknowledged.
You rotate to blast this group to bits.
For the king. Bleak but unyielding.
I will apotheosis the second they land.
The winds are rising.
Yoink.
Warden rises.
Try to deal your damage, orcs. Even friendly fire won't hurt us too much. Alright, the Soul Quench towards these goons.
By my father's blade.
Lethal grace given form.
Oh, you lucky.
For duty.
Let's blast the first group then. You guys kind of fall back a bit.
I must.
Let Cavill sit up front because he has the potion of toughness. Silver and guard, let's go ahead and rotate a smidge.
For
And then give you guys both some backup if you need it.
advance.
Spearmen. Archers.
Heard you guys firing on these. Savage Orc
Eagle claw.
4 boys. Eagle Claws fire like right here.
Falkland proud.
We'll go Apotheosis to heal.
The might of
Silver in, get in
Yvresse.
there.
Spearmen.
Alright, Alpha Tamara, you guys also come on in. Let's slaughter these orcs.
The fang sword hungers.
It shall be done.
Fire on
Make
these
Ulfwyn
guys in the
proud.
back. They're trying to flee.
For Assyrian.
Don't advance. Stay here. Swordmaster, you fall back just a little bit.
Spearman.
Looks like our crossbows are taking out our own guys a bit, so let's go ahead and switch their targeting. See how a bunch of dead elves, and there's no reason for it.
We will obey.
Archers.
Gavel plus Eltharion should easily deal with Mash.
For
We'll
duty.
capture Mash and let Lug and Nine Fingers go.
Archers. Sinner.
Take them down. We'll have you switch to targeting the Error Boys in the back there.
Glittering horse.
On the line. Alright, that's a wall. Never fun to see those.
As you say.
We'll have you guys turn and fire on this group here.
Archers.
Be able to lace them full of holes quite nicely.
Acknowledged.
Orders received. For off-white.
Get to this group, try to come around. Think they're smart.
Moranian's name,
Go ahead and heal yourself there, Eltharion.
empowered by vengeance.
Lawmaster of Poet.
Warmaster, hold the line. Fistwalker's Barrage did its thing. Oh, you need to fall back now too there.
Penance,
Our magic is strong.
I swear it.
Bolt throwers are
Eagle claw.
looks like dealing more damage to friendlies than enemies, which is never good.
Spearmen. Attack.
Come on, Silverend, you got this.
Run.
Scare these clowns off easily.
Without
Leave
fail.
these two spears.
Can I
Faith
be
bearers, come
brave?
on in.
Archers.
Without question.
Blast them apart.
Death.
Do another apotheosis, this time on Eltharion again.
Guided by Waystone.
That was a good smack. Go ahead and pull back.
For Tor Yvresse.
Yeah, Cal getting real smack.
Lawmaster. Following order. For God's
Come on, bud.
The Fang-Saw summons.
Alright, Ballistas, you are dangerously
Orders received.
slaughtering lots of elves. Need to stop it.
Eltharion guides us.
Eltharion.
Or you guys are gonna have to try to clobber
As you say.
this guy. They're gonna try to get one charge on our.
Lawmaster of Poet.
I mean, it's the last hurrah of the War Boys.
Warden of Althwa.
Heals for Cavill.
Spearmen.
Spears held the line like champions.
Archers. It will be done.
Archers, let's focus fire. Now we need to deal with the air boys real quick.
They die.
Kill them. Spearmen.
Alright, we said we'd let Leg and Nine Fingers live, but I think we're gonna have to catch
Eltharion.
this clown. He's too close.
No surrender.
The mash is already pretty far away.
Archers. Understood. Moving on.
Let the archers and company catch him here. We'll activate the old
Eltharion.
going nowhere, bud. Continue to heal up Cavill. Alright, that is a 9 fingers. Come on, one more swing. 9 fingers captured. Great, we'll let our ballista do a little bit more damage, but that is a win.
Attack.
As you say.
Alright, we will take the close victory where 163 elves had to meet their untimely end. Lots of kills out there for our archers and our Silverend, except for these guys that were throwing hands with, I think, the likes of just the enemy lord. We will take the extra worst labor.
They will toil for Yvresse.
They will indeed. What about a food taster? Unless the poison is slow acting, his employer's life will be preserved for the forfeit of his own, according to Assyrian's will. We've got multiple of those guys.
Prince Eltharion.
Prince Eltharion. Looks like the plan here is to send this army towards Grunty Mingle, even if we go after Grizguts. Yeah, he's very clever at being extremely sneaky now. Let's go Militia Master.
Show no weakness.
And then Sword Player here for Cavill.
Brook no failure.
Alright, so before we go... Why didn't he get captured? Did it end just in time? That's lame.
No glory.
No,
Only
indeed.
service.
No glory. So what we'll do then, I don't mind Grizguts falling back to Galbaraz. We need to make sure... Why would you go that way? Which side of the river is he on? Oh, he's in the middle of it. Interesting. Well, let's hunt him down
Vengeance
first.
for Moranian.
Alright. I would go ahead and treat this one like an auto-resolve, but I'm going to rush on in and fight this one just so I can capture Mash here, but it's basically just going to be an auto-resolvable fight. So I will see you all in the next episode. I am out of time for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by the very first of our Eltharion and the Grim campaign. If you all enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the Subthrone. I'll see you all in the next one.